Hello the internet, thanks for stopping by. It's time to update my Gran Turismo 7 license guides. Thank you to everyone who watched my original ones back in 2023, but they are now at least 2 physics revisions out of date. So here we are, I have completely redone the license guides covering the most recent physics revision in update 1.55. As I did last time, I'm going to walk you around the first lap, stopping at key moments. The second lap around will be totally uninterrupted. Okay, super license number 6 at Trial Mountain in the Shelby Mustang, and I hate this car so much. I'm using that yellow wall on the right hand side as my braking reference, and I'm throwing this car into this corner. It doesn't know whether it wants to understeer, oversteer. It's a big heavy barge. I really do hate this car. As we drop down the hill, I'm going to drop it down to 3rd gear, swinging left here, and then gently apply the throttle. We're not going full throttle until we know it's not going to step out at the rear end. As we disappear into the tunnel, we're going to stand on the brakes and we're going to drop it all the way down to 2nd gear momentarily. That's just to bring the back end of the car around, rotate the car. I'm going to back up to 3rd gear as I start to apply the throttle. It'll go light as we go over the crest of that hill, and then we're going to drop it back down to 2nd gear. This car is so heavy, you need to get on the brakes really early with this thing. 2nd gear, and now it's understeering. It goes from oversteer to understeer. I'm skirting with death there as I go right up against that wall. Do not hit that, you will get a penalty. These tight corners, they feel cumbersome in this car. We've got one last right-hander before we drop down through this little bit of a tunnel and then into perhaps the most important corner on the track, because we've got a long section of acceleration straight after it. We're going to throw the car into this corner. Keep a tight line, be very patient on the throttle, don't go full throttle until you know you're not going to drift out and hit the tunnel on the right-hand side there. Then nothing to do as we head through the tunnel out into the daylight, and then we're just going to be picking up some kind of braking reference as we brake into this tight left-hander at the end of this straight. And I'm just waffling here because this long straight does go on for quite some time. Now, right-hand side, I'm looking for a braking reference, and I'm going with the curbing on the right-hand side of the road. Going to drop it all the way down to 2nd gear as we move into this corner. I'm going to try and keep the car mid-track location. That gives me a decent exit as I come out of this corner. The car does get a bit squirrely as you put the power down here, and then this section here, there's a few crests to go over and the car does get light, so you just got to feather the throttle as I'm doing here. And then as you go over the crest here, we're going to be standing on the brakes and dropping all the way down to 2nd gear, only very briefly. That just gets the rotation of the car, and then before you start applying the throttle, we're back up to 3rd gear. We're just trying to keep that back end under control as we come out of this corner. We're going to go over this crest, and then we're going to be onto the brake into this left-hander here. I'm going to drop the car down to 2nd gear momentarily. That gets the rotation of the car again, and then back up to 3rd as I start to patiently apply the throttle. Very easy to push the car out wide onto the right-hand side and onto the grass. Then we're looking for a braking point into the left-right here. It's very easy to run too deep here. I'm going to use the blue and white rumble strip on the right hand side as my braking reference. I'm going to drop to 2nd, I'm going to cut a lot of that banana curb there, and then I'm not going to apply much throttle. I don't want the car to run too deep here. I want to get back over to the left hand side to open up the entry into the right hander, and I can get back on the throttle early, and then it's the drag to the line. This took me many attempts to get right. It took me a long time to get used to this car. It goes from understeer to oversteer, and it's just an unwieldy beast. I don't know if I mentioned it, I really don't like this car. Anyway, I'm going to leave you be, and you can watch the next lap through without me talking, and I'll catch you at the end. So there we go, that is a gold standard time, and I hope you've seen something in this video to help you complete your licenses. If you found this guide helpful, then do please let me know. A like, a comment and even a subscribe goes a long way to helping others find these guides, and it encourages me to keep doing them in my spare time. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.